Okay, you're coming to Vietnam. It's a wonderful country. But there are some things here that you definitely should not do. You don't want to look like a confused tourist. You don't want to get scammed. And you certainly don't want to call that waitress you like uncle. Here are 7 things in Vietnam you should absolutely not do. Okay, so number 1. This might sound sexist, but never let the woman you just met on Tinder or Bumble decide where you're going for the first few dates, because it's a common scam. And it happened to my friend. I'll never forget, we were in the gym one night, and after he was getting all done up, the hair was done, everything. He was very excited to meet this girl. The next day, he wasn't so happy, and he told me the story. Okay, so what happened to him was, he went to meet this girl. She said, come to this bar. I know this place, it's very nice. All was well. He didn't think anything was going wrong. He didn't have any suspicions until the bill came. The waiter slapped down an egregious bill, something in the hundreds of dollars. My friend was obviously like, where did this come from? This wasn't on the menu. And they brought out a fake menu just for this scam. As this was happening, the girl was like, oh, excuse me for a minute, I have to go to the bathroom. Now my friend is a smart guy. He was like, no. You're gonna stay and you have to pay half this bill. He knew he'd been scammed. You can't get out of it really when you're in it. To be fair to him, she paid half the bill, he paid half the bill, and they went on their merry way. He was very disappointed that he didn't realize that this was a scam. The only clue he had was when he thought it was weird that she was so insistent on going to this bar. But you know, we don't really care. We'll go along with anything. So that's what I would say. Number 1 thing, never do. You have to decide on the plans. Don't let anyone make plans for you here, because it could be a scam. Okay, the next thing to never do is never cross the road as if you're back home in Europe or in America. It just doesn't work like that. You're standing there waiting for the traffic to stop. It never stops. So you're going to have to be brave. If you watch the locals in Vietnam, they just walk straight across confidently and they make eye contact with the driver of the bike or whatever. And it takes a while to get used to it. At the start, I was very hesitant. That's actually more dangerous. You're better off just bombing it across the road, because the bikes will weave around you. If you're hesitant, you make everyone panic. So do what the locals do. And the best rule is be very predictable. Don't stop if you've already started. Just keep going and pray to God and hope for the best. Okay, the next one goes for pretty much everything in general. So never argue with anyone in public, but especially don't argue with taxi drivers over money. So, of course, most taxi drivers are going to be decent, but in Asia, in Vietnam, your chances are, if you're using taxis, you're going to be overcharged. It's part of life here. So it's on you to make sure going in that you're set up as well as possible. So I avoid them. I just use Grab taxi. The price is already set. If you want to use the taxi, just make sure the meter is running. If they say there's no meter, it's probably a scam, but then at least you can agree on the price and agree the price beforehand. If you just hop in with no diligence, you're going to get overcharged. Probably not by a lot, but it will annoy you, and it's very common. You see people arguing with taxi drivers, but you're already too late. You have to pay. What can you do? What's the arguing going to do? Only embarrass yourself, really. Because saving face is huge here. Public confrontation is a big taboo, so try and avoid that. Okay, the next one is never forget to haggle. You hear a lot of stories of Vietnam, especially people saying, oh, I was overcharged, there was a tourist tax and whatnot. And look, while that goes on, some of it is definitely because the people aren't haggling. You're expected to haggle here. You have to bargain. The first price you hear is not the real price. So if you just accept it, why wouldn't they just go along with it? Obviously, don't take it too far. The general rule is you half the price. They give you the first price, you say half of it. They're not going to give you that. And then you'll meet somewhere in the middle, and that's the general rule of things. Don't go too overboard. I'm not used to it. I don't really like it, but you have to do it here or you'll be overcharged. I had a friend, we went to India once. He was the best haggler I've ever seen. He was so annoying that the shopkeepers would give him the item for free so he would go away. Okay, the next one is funny. Never underestimate the coffee. People, I think, are very surprised by how strong the coffee is. It's if you're a novice coffee drinker, don't go full head on into it. You will be shaking. You'll probably get anxiety. I like coffee anyway, but I'm an absolute addict now. Easily 4 Vietnamese coffees per day, which is the equivalent to maybe 9 or 10 of George Clooney's Nespresso pods. So yeah, I'd say respect the coffee, take it seriously, and also learn to say what you want in Vietnamese. I've ordered the wrong coffee many times, but it's been a happy accident. I've been able to try different coffees I would have never tried. The salted egg coffee I got by accident. Definitely didn't ask for that, but it was delicious. So know what you want also. Okay, next one. Never forget the cultural manners. Vietnam culture is all about respect. There's hierarchy. Status is important. This means a lot to people here. We're kind of flippant with it. We don't really care too much about it. But there are some ethics that you have to follow here. Otherwise, people will be complaining behind your back. So always take off your shoes before you go into someone's house. It's very rude and dirty, and it makes people feel weird if you do. Even in the hotel, the staff will always take off their shoes before like bringing the room service or anything like that. For us, it's funny, but it's serious. And my favorite rule, never lose your cool in public, never confront anyone, never show that you're angry or agitated. That's a general rule for Asia, and I like it. Back home in the Western culture, we love to show that how proud we are, how individual we are, and express ourselves, but it's just not a thing here. The priority is just keeping the peace, community aspect, and for me that's better. I don't want to be shouting at people in public, and I don't want people shouting at me. Okay, the next one is funny. Never forget where you are when you're drinking. It sounds funny, but it's really true. Beer culture is huge here. And I keep hearing stories of guys who went out drinking with the locals and got absolutely plastered and ended up not really knowing where they were. Now, Vietnam is safe, but when you're that drunk, you don't know what's going on. You could get hit by a car. Anything could happen. Beer is so big here that my friend told me, but you're probably going to have to drink. Locals are going to invite you to drink with them. So far, it hasn't happened. I'm not a big drinker anymore, so I prefer the coffee. The coffee culture is more interesting to me. So I would say in general, you're fine, but around that party district in Saigon, just be careful. All the problems people have, it's always to do with alcohol, dating apps, or in the nightlife district. That's 99% of the problem. If you just avoid them, you'll have no issues. The beer here is apparently light, but when you've had 13 of them, you're still going to be a bit drunk. So yeah, that's it guys. 7 things you should never do in Vietnam. I believe that was 7. Most of it comes down to chill out, relax, respect the local culture. Don't be too serious. Don't take yourself too seriously. You're not from here. You don't know better than anyone. You're actually very green. You don't know what's going on. But if you follow this, you'll have a wonderful time. The locals will like you. You'll get on very well. If you're serious about moving to Vietnam, moving to Asia, and you're confused, you want to know everything that I know, check out the Move to Asia blueprint. I put everything, all my mistakes, all the lessons I learned, all nicely packed in some modules that is very good. What else? Check out my ebook, The Ultimate Asia Survival Guide. Again, funny stories of me, practical tips that you need to know. And also check out the free Move to Asia cheat sheet below. Quick overview of all the countries in Asia. See which one suits you. That's it guys. Vietnam's very enjoyable, but I take the rules seriously. It's important to the people here that you follow these. So that's the story guys. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Oh, like, subscribe, do whatever you need to do. I need all the help I can get here. Go on. Nice. Oh, the back is doing well. The back is better now. Okay.